Hello, lone wolves. In the modern conversation surrounding male personality archetypes, one figure stands apart from the conventional mold: the Sigma male, often referred to as a lone wolf. The Sigma defies the binary of dominance and submission that characterizes alpha and beta archetypes. While society tends to glorify the alpha male for his leadership and social influence, and often pities the beta male for his people-pleasing and dependency on validation, the Sigma male moves outside of this rigid structure altogether. He is neither the leader of the pack nor the passive follower. He is a strategic outsider, the silent observer, and a self-contained force who thrives entirely on his own terms. Unlike alphas who draw strength from their place in the hierarchy, or betas who seek comfort in group belonging, the Sigma male operates with complete independence. He does not seek recognition, nor does he conform to societal expectations. Instead, every move he makes is calculated, not for approval, but to remain aligned with his own values and internal compass. What defines a Sigma male are a set of core psychological traits that make him exceptionally mentally tough. These include profound self-reliance, a deep commitment to introspection, high-level emotional control, and an unshakable sense of identity. His resilience is not learned through mimicry or external coaching. It is innate and expressed not as performance, but as embodied truth. Chapter 1. The essence of mental toughness. Mental toughness is often misunderstood. It's not about brute resilience or inflexible stubbornness. Rather, it is the ability to remain calm under pressure, maintain clarity in chaos, and endure adversity without emotional collapse. For most, mental strength is something that must be developed through hardship, motivational reinforcement, or external support systems. But for the Sigma male, it is a natural state of being, a psychological framework rooted in self-mastery rather than social conditioning. Where others may turn to encouragement, communities, or validation for strength, the Sigma turns inward. His fortitude is proactive, not reactive. He is self-sustaining, unaffected by manipulation, immune to peer pressure, and untouched by the emotional volatility of the crowd. He stands grounded in a world constantly shifting beneath the feet of those who depend on the approval of others. The Sigma male is formidable precisely because his power is self-contained. He does not require followers to feel dominant, nor does he chase approval to feel worthy. He is just as comfortable in solitude as he is in chaos, and that makes him nearly impossible to destabilize. Chapter 2. The 10 Pillars of Sigma Mental Toughness. 1. They embrace solitude. For the Sigma male, solitude is not a sign of isolation or failure. It is a sanctuary. In a society that equates being alone with being broken, the Sigma sees solitude as the ultimate tool for mental clarity, strategic planning, and emotional recalibration. It's in these quiet spaces that he distances himself from the noise of trends, opinions, and expectations. He doesn't need social media for self-worth or constant companionship to feel whole. Solitude for him is not avoidance, it's sovereignty, as he sees it. Those who cannot sit alone with their thoughts are forever slaves to external validation. 2. They are self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency for the Sigma male is not a chosen strategy. It's the foundation of who he is. While others lean on social validation, groupthink, or external tools for security, the Sigma builds his reality from within. He handles emotional challenges without reassurance, creates financial stability on his own, and engineers solutions independently. This radical autonomy grants him the resilience to function at full capacity even when cut off from support. He doesn't reject collaboration. He simply never depends on it. 3. They have high emotional control. Where most people are pulled by their emotions like puppets on strings, the Sigma male remains centered. He understands emotions as biological cues, not commands. Anger, fear, anxiety, these do not dictate his actions. Instead, he channels stress into focus, treats crises as puzzles to solve, and navigates confrontation with strategic detachment. He feels deeply, yes, but only by choice, never by compulsion. This mastery of his internal landscape grants him immunity to manipulation and unmatched stability in both relationships and competition, for they are nonconformists. The Sigma male doesn't just question authority, he redefines it. While others climb ladders built by others, chase titles, or mold themselves to trends, The Sigma designs his own playbook. He views societal norms as arbitrary control mechanisms and resists the psychological traps of fear-based conformity and peer-approved identity. Whether facing market crashes, societal panic, or cultural upheaval, he remains calm, observing, calculating, and seizing opportunities that others are too distracted or afraid to see. 5. They are adaptable. To the Sigma male, adaptability is not survival, it's strategy. Where others tie their identity to careers, relationships, or ideologies and fall apart when those things shift, the Sigma remains centered in principles, not externals. He adapts practically, changing jobs, environments, or financial strategies without panic. He adapts socially, engaging where beneficial and withdrawing when necessary. And philosophically, he evolves based on evidence, not dogma. His flexibility is not driven by fear, but by the sovereign need to stay true to himself regardless of the world's fluctuations. 6. They are observers, not participants. The Sigma male moves through social landscapes like a strategist surveying at a battlefield. Unlike most people, who instinctively engage in conversations, debates, and group dynamics either to prove themselves or to gain social validation, the Sigma steps back. He doesn't dive in impulsively. Instead, he watches, listens, and analyzes. His role is not to participate for the sake of performance, but to study the underlying structures that others are too distracted to notice. To the Sigma, most social interactions are performative. Rituals meant to reinforce hierarchies rather than to foster genuine connection. This awareness allows him to conserve mental and emotional energy, sidestepping gossip, office politics, and trivial conflicts that entrap so many. By observing rather than reacting, he gains unparalleled clarity of judgment. He sees through facades, identifies ulterior motives, and detects power shifts before they occur. This ability to remain a detached observer gives him what can only be described as predictive intelligence. He anticipates human behavior, reads trends before they form, and positions himself ahead of the curve, while others get caught in the moment, emotionally reactive and easily manipulated. The Sigma male operates multiple steps ahead. He doesn't just survive chaos. He sees it coming and navigates it with surgical foresight. Sigma truth. He doesn't endure chaos. He navigates it with foresight. 7. They are intrinsically motivated. The Sigma male's drive comes from within. In a world where people are conditioned to chase external rewards, titles, likes, praise, or public accolades, he moves according to an entirely different compass. He doesn't need the dopamine rush of likes or the validation of promotions. His motivation is rooted in his internal standards of excellence, which are often higher and more demanding than anything the outside world could impose. This is known in psychology as autotelic behavior, doing something for its own sake, because the process itself is fulfilling. The Sigma male doesn't just aim for mastery. He finds joy in the pursuit of it. He sets his own benchmarks and holds himself accountable to them, regardless of who's watching. When setbacks occur, he doesn't spiral, because his sense of progress isn't tied to immediate rewards. It's tied to personal growth. This intrinsic motivation gives him a strategic edge. He outlasts competitors who lose steam when the rewards dry up. He doesn't make compromised decisions to please others. And perhaps most powerfully, he sees opportunities in places others overlook. Because he's not following trends, he's focused on trajectory. Sigma truth. His path is a straight line cutting through noise, not chasing, but continuously unfolding. 8. They have impenetrable boundaries. Boundaries are not optional for the Sigma male. They are fundamental. Where others may waver to avoid conflict or maintain appearances, the Sigma enforces his limits with calm, unflinching precision. These boundaries protect his psychological sovereignty, and he will never compromise them for convenience or approval. In professional settings, he negotiates on logic, not emotion, walking away from bad deals without hesitation. In personal relationships, he listens with empathy, but never allows others' emotional chaos to infect his own state. With his time, he is ruthless. Solitude is sacred, and social obligations are only accepted if they align with his values. What makes his boundaries so effective is his silent filtration system. There are no confrontations, no emotional outbursts. When someone crosses a line, he doesn't argue. He simply withdraws. Toxic people either adjust to his frequency or fade out his life entirely. The result is a life free from emotional labor and distraction, built on deliberate peace. Sigma truth. His peace is protected not by aggression, but by strategic absence. 9. They have a warrior mindset. The Sigma male carries a quiet intensity, a psychological armor forged not in applause, but in discipline, adversity, and constant self-upgrade. He doesn't live life passively. He approaches it like a warrior in training. Everything, from his routines to his reactions, is designed to sharpen him. He does not wait for motivation. He follows systems. When discomfort arises, he leans into it, treating obstacles as tests that strengthen his resilience. Growth is not a goal, it's a mandate. Comfort zones are threats to his evolution, and he dismantles them methodically. The true power of the Sigma's warrior mindset is its quietness. He doesn't need to broadcast his capabilities. He lets them emerge when pressure calls. His mind is trained to remain clear when others panic, his focus laser-sharp amidst distraction, and his decisions precise even in moments of doubt. Sigma truth. Comfort breeds weakness. Controlled struggle builds invincibility. 10. They thrive in uncertainty. While most people are wired to seek predictability, the Sigma male is different. He thrives in the gray zones where the rules are unclear and the path is uncertain. He doesn't just cope with uncertainty. He leverages it. He understands that life by nature is chaotic. Instead of trying to force control over every variable, he focuses on adaptability and preparedness. When careers shift, relationships end, or markets fluctuate, he doesn't break. He recalibrates with calm efficiency. His comfort with uncertainty gives him a unique edge in crisis. When others freeze or flounder, the Sigma moves. He makes decisions based on calculated risk rather than false security. His detachment from guarantees allows him to spot emerging opportunities that others are too anxious to recognize. In turbulent times, he becomes not only resilient, but indispensable. Sigma truth. Waiting for perfect conditions is paralysis. He acts on probabilities, not certainties. Final chapter. The unyielding fortitude of the Sigma male. The Sigma male embodies mental toughness not through force, but through internal command. His strength is quiet, his presence unshakable. He does not seek the spotlight, but when pressure mounts, his true power reveals itself. He is resilient without applause, independent without rebellion, focused without noise. He is immune to social pressure, resistant to manipulation, and undisturbed by the emotional volatility that destabilizes others. His psychological armor isn't performative, it's lived. Lessons for cultivating Sigma strength. Solitude is power. Mastery begins when you can stand alone. Validate yourself. The world's opinion is a distraction. Govern emotions. You can feel everything and still act with precision. Think independently. Following the herd guarantees mediocrity. Enforce boundaries. Your peace is your responsibility. The ultimate Sigma truth. True toughness isn't about dominating others. It's about complete command of oneself. In an age of distraction, conformity, and emotional fragility, the Sigma male is not just different. He is necessary. He is proof that the strongest man is not the one who commands the crowd, but the one who walks alone, unshaken, because he does not need the crowd at all. Do you resonate with the ideas I shared in this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more content about Sigma males, explore the other videos on this channel. Thanks for watching.